Yes, everyone, it is almost Christmas. And guess what we got as a gift from Sweden? The all-new Volvo EX30. Now, this Volvo EX30 costs 55,000 euros. Is it good value for money or not? We're going to find out in a moment. Let's get on with this review right now. What we're looking at is the all-new Volvo EX30. It is directly related to the smart #1, which is another electric car in the Daimler group, which is also known as Mercedes, everybody. Now, speaking of Sweden, it should be noted that Volvo Cars is owned by a Chinese car manufacturer called Geely. Ever since the ownership by Geely, we have been thinking that Volvo has been losing its Scandinavian charm. But then on the positive side, Volvo has taken a step towards the premium segment. And this has been evident with the second generation Volvo XC90 that was released in the 2015. Now, it was a very big moment for the Volvo brand. But then at the same time, we had this feeling that Volvo was losing its Scandinavian charm. And this has become painfully obvious with the Volvo EX30. The bright side is that this is electric. It looks gorgeous, it looks interesting, it looks revolutionary. But then on the other hand, the Scandinavian charm. Now, looking at the front of this Volvo EX30, Volvo has gone down the same route as other electric cars: simplicity. Volvo was known for its proud grille and the diagonal badge, everybody. But now it seems like they've just abandoned the grille because it's an electric car. Instead, you get air vents on the side over there and you get a continuous front design. Now, this is something we will also see on the Volvo EX90. They maintained those T-shape headlights. You get a 360-degree parking camera, you get parking sensors at the front and at the rear. But when it comes to air intake, there's an air intake right underneath over here, and at the side you get those air vents, like I mentioned earlier, and that's it. There's just this bit of plastic that doesn't seem to have any purpose. Now, as we approach the rear of the Volvo EX30, we're seeing that the rear lights have been split now. Volvo has maintained the same figure, so this design and then a U shape right here. But it's split. There's the body paint right here. And Volvo kept the model name right here on the C-pillar. Now you get frameless side view mirrors, everyone. That's great. And you get blind spot monitoring as well. Just one thing that's been bothering me is that why do you get this exposed flap right here? I know in long terms it protects the bodywork from mud, but it just doesn't look interesting. Now it is time to check out the interior of the Volvo EX30. All right. I had a chance to look at the interior earlier, and I have to say that I had mixed feelings about it. Forget about the Volvo identity, because you won't find any Volvo identity in the interior apart from perhaps the way the infotainment is laid out and the layout of the air vents and perhaps just this area. That's the only Volvo identity that's in the interior, but for the rest of the interior, it's completely different. The door could be a strong reference to smart #1 because it is related to the smart #1. In fact, the way the door is designed, it reminds me of the Mercedes EQ classes. First thing first, seating adjustment. The seating adjustment is electric. Oh, so you just get one single knob to move the seats front and back. And the steering adjustment now. I can move the steering up, down, in and out. It's a cool concept. Just one thing to remark is that you get this, for infotainment system, you get this huge tablet right here, but you don't get any instrument cluster at all. You instead get something really tiny over there. So I'm assuming your speedometer would also be in there as well. Yeah. Now for transmission, you get a second knob right here. It's very interesting. Yeah, it's a cool concept. And the steering wheel, it feels good, although it's not entirely round. It has this oval shape to it. It's a bit squarish. Very interesting. It's very pleasant to hold on to. It's not very thick. The leather wrapping is good. The steering wheel is fine. But there's a little problem I've noticed. There's one single stroke which you use for your indicator and your wiper control, but I don't see anywhere in the interior any lighting control. Like, how do I activate my headlights, for example? I think Volvo expects me to do it on the infotainment system. And this is something that I find very, very... Call me old school, but I find it annoying. Oh, and there's a button right there just to open the glove box. Yeah. Oh. What? Okay, apparently I push the button of glove box and it opens this. So, okay, this is a bit alarming. For a glove box, they gave me this, but I thought this would be your glove box, because in the Volvo EX90, there's a button in this area which enables me to open the glove box, but they call this a glove box. Otherwise, I see that over here is your cup holder. That's good, very pleasant. It's flexible. You can hold bottles of all sizes almost. That's great. And you can also adjust it. That is really pleasant. I like that. It's good. And then, to open the windows, you get this on over here. And central console storage. How do I open central console storage? Please tell me I don't. Everyone, there is no central console storage. You know why? Because Volvo decided to play too innovative. They gave it all the space just for those cup holders. And as a compensation, you get this over here as your central console storage. And this is like an IKEA furniture. It's so cute. You even get 2 charging ports over there. And then you get even a wireless telephone recharge right here. It's good, and there are little sponges right there to hold your phone. Now I have to get used to the interior. This is the most revolutionary interior I've ever seen. It's very selective though, because there's something I'm just not used to right now. Now the door handle has got a really nice touch to it. It's good. I've noticed Volvo has a thing for unique door handles. Like every time they introduce a new door handle, it's like wow at first, but then we get used to it eventually. The door bin is quite nice. It can fit my water bottle perfectly, although it doesn't hold it in place. My water bottle will fall, and it's quite long. And just to control the rear windows, I have to press this, and then only I can open the back windows. Now it is time to check out the rear seats of the Volvo EX30. All right, so average entrance. This kind of door handle, which Mercedes also has, it's a bit selective. It's something I have to get used to, otherwise I'm used to conventional handles. And apparently there's no handle for me to hold on to help myself seat properly. So I just don't understand, like how... Okay, my feet room is limited. It's very limited. It's buried underneath the passenger seat. And my knee is just brushing the front passenger seat, although it can depend on seeing adjustments. But otherwise, it's squidgy. That's great. But speaking of the driver's seat and front passenger seat, there's no backseat pocket. But you do get... Oh, nice. You get a removable tray, guys. That's good. Put my water bottle in there and put the tray back in place. Okay, that's decent. Now, the window buttons are right there. This is a very interesting concept I have to get used to. And there's the door bin is... Oh, you get a beautiful looking door, but the door bin is rather small. Oh, wow. I have to struggle to fit my water bottle in there. Okay, that's interesting. Please tell me I get an armrest. I get nothing. Side of the rear seats, you do get a little storage space. Now it is time to check out the boot space of the Volvo EX90. So there's a little button you have to press gently, and there you go. Now the entrance of the boot space is very much elevated, everyone. So you just have to be very careful when lifting luggage inside. The body paint is very much exposed. That's something you have to watch out for. Otherwise, you do get the plastic boot lip right here. The boot floor is adjustable, I believe. Up. Well, that's you do have some kit down there, but if you remove them, you get additional volume in the boot space. But otherwise, it's very decent. It's quite a flexible boot space. 12-volt socket, tether points on the side. Door is electric, so therefore it closes for you. So here's my conclusion of the Volvo EX30. I have to say I'm very lost for words, so I'm just gonna put things in brief. if you want something innovative, if you want something completely different, non-conventional, something unique, this is the car for you. And that too, it is a Volvo, so it should be safe. But if you wanted something like an original Volvo, like something that reminds you of the Volvo XC90, or something like the good old Volvo crossover SUVs like the XC40, the C40, Volvo EX30 does raise a lot of questions. But it is electric, so it was bound to be something unique, everyone. Brings me down to the price tag. For a price of 55,000 euros, is this Volvo EX30 good value for money or not? I have to say that this Volvo EX30 is good value for money if you're looking at it as a company vehicle. But if you were hungry for the Scandinavian pride, if you were hungry for some Volvo identity, forget it. This Volvo has lost it. Yes, I have my opinion to express. I love this Volvo EX30 because this marks a new chapter for the Volvo brand. Now, it is true that the first pages are not going to be perfect. No brand is perfect when they start something new, but I'm sure that as the years progress, as the pages turns, Volvo will improve massively. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos that are on the run. I will see you all next time.